I can tell you that the best way to sell something, the best way to do market research to see if somebody wants to buy your product is actually sell it to them.
Yep.
That's what we used to say when we launched a magazine or launched a trade show. The first thing we did after, whatever basic research we needed was actually go out and try and sell advertising or sell booth space. If you couldn't sell it, then it wasn't a product.
Right.
And one of the weaknesses I find in a lot of startups is they're so enamored of building on their ideas and creating something better and better and better without ever asking if anybody actually wants to buy that. So the key thing to me is that you find somebody who wants to buy what you're doing, and if they don't want to buy it, find out why they don't want to buy it and fix it so that it makes it something they do want to buy.
We have been in the fixing phase for quite some time.
And you start creating income, you start creating cash flow.
Yeah.
A lot of people in the tech field raise venture capital, and there's nothing wrong with that necessarily if you need it, but you're giving away part of your ownership.
Yeah.
And if it's an early stage, seed stage, then there's Series A, Series B, all along the way. You're going to keep giving away parts of your equity. If you can bootstrap that, then you get to keep all that equity. But in order to bootstrap it, you need some money coming in. And the best place to get that money is from your customers,
Yep.
which
I
means
agree.
you need to find customers, which means you need to make sure that what you're building can be sold to somebody. And that's where you have to go to all of these different markets. But if you have limited resources, you can't go to every market.
Yep.
You have to focus where do you think you can get the greatest sales in the shortest amount of time?
Well, I've even found
who can buy quickly.
Well,
I convince them that this is going to work.
I found that's not the case because I have no problem selling. That's my default state. It's just we don't have the product that I know that not just I want, but the market wants as well. And we're just 10 years behind China, and actually not just us as a company, but us as a country being able to make that product, let alone produce it. And so it's not really like, oh, we're still trying to, just make the best gadget, It's like we've already sold our drones and very much know the feedback that we've received from them. And, we're giving ourselves worse feedback than any customers are. It's just, it's like starting a car company with next to no money.
Well, if you're trying to compete with China, that's 10 years ahead of you. By the time you catch up to China, how much far ahead of you is China going to be then? They're not standing still either.
And that's where, the Chinese market has totally been cut off from the United States because of the whole reliance that not just the military has on their products, but our consumer and commercial users will as well. And that's it's really something that, many people, especially within, the regulatory positions, have had their blinders on. Let's just let China keep making all of our products that we're going to rely on, except when it comes to warfare. And then, we're screwed.
That's, when national security is an issue, that makes a difference. But you don't know what the market's going to be like. I mean, right now you've got all kinds of trade negotiations going on. What kind of chips can we sell to China? What kind of stuff can we buy from them? And it's going to be constantly changing. How do you get ahead of all that?
Yeah,
and how do you create something that, even if the markets become open, we become best friends with China, and everything is completely open, how are you going to be ahead of that?
Yeah, so the real answer is where like the Chinese company that's by far and away the market dominant player in the drone space, their name is DJI. They sell basically flying camera drones. And think about what the smartphone did to where nobody carries around a point and shoot camera. No one carries around a calculator. No one carries around a compass or even oftentimes watches because you all have it in one device. That's what we're doing with the drone industry is we're taking a drone that can be modified with not just cameras, but cargo containers, sprayers, communications devices, weather monitors. So it really becomes like what the smartphone did to the mobile camera market, and really just the mobile phone market, where it just consolidated all these devices. Where right now you have drone operators, they'll have a delivery drone, an agriculture drone, a camera drone, and given not every person is buying each of those types of drones,
Right.
but there's a lot of people that are. And that's where no one's really been focused on, hey, how can we do this differently than China? How can we beat China at their own game? And I realize we're never going to beat China in building the best flying camera drone. We need to take more of like, we're building a flying computer.
And if